On the farm tonight, sometimes the only thing that stands between a farmer and failure, well, is flexibility. So when life gives you lemons, you've heard the phrase, you make lemonade.
Yeah, but when life gives you Asian pears, you plant flowers. WFXR's George Noliff traveled to Natural Bridge for the story.
Wait, Virginia Gold Orchard is an Asian pear farm, so what's with the flowers?
This has really been a customer favorite. People love multicolored zinnias, and do the bees. You can see there's a little honeybee right here that's getting a snack.
There's a word you'll hear farmers use a lot. It's pivot. Those flowers, well, that's a good example of just what a pivot is.
This year, having such a terrible late frost, we knew that the lion's share of our pear crop was going to be compromised. And indeed it was. 6 pears on there, which this year made it, made it a top producer to have 6 pears on it. That one should have 100. It should be dripping. The branches should be ready to break.
That's Virginia Gold owner Thomas Vandiver. The flowers help to make up revenue for the Asian pear crop he lost, but he still has fruit on the trees.
We grow 16 different types of Asian pear here. There's 8 of them that are our core producers, but we have a number of them on here that some you won't find anywhere else in the world. But what you'll see is how big they can get. They get huge. We've got other ones on the tree now that are coming through that you can see. You can put your hand next to it. These are going to be big, beautiful pieces of fruit.
Not a lot goes to waste. Pears not suitable for sale as produce, well, they get turned into something else.
I'm like, oh my God, that's a beautiful pear. Pick it, turn around, and like, ah. The bugs got to it. In order to be sustainable, what we do is we process this fruit into a value-added product. And so it's easy. You just cut this top 20% of the fruit off with a knife. You're just going through and you're cutting it off. The rest of this is beautiful fruit. And that's what we'll press to make wine. We'll use that juice to make vinegar. We'll use that juice to make syrup, or we'll use the flesh to turn into pear butter.
Just another example of the ability to pivot, whether it's salvaging fruit or planting flowers. Vandiver says that versatility is what farmers and growers depend on to succeed.
It was a risk. You look, as a farmer, you're managing risk. You say, okay, I've just lost 50% of my income this year from one event, one frost in April. So then you make the decision, are you going to actually spend more money on an unproven crop, which for us was flowers? It was theoretically good, but it was unproven. And we said, yes, we took a risk, and our risk was rewarded.
How y'all doing, folks? Flowers are always a good call. I should probably bring some home to my wife tonight. As far as the fruit goes, though the Asian pear crop was slammed by that late frost, I'm told the fruit that survived will be of exceptional quality, also because of the weather. The hot, dry summer has produced pears with a high sugar content, and the more sugar, the sweeter the fruit, and the better the fruit.
So, Asian pears. So why Virginia?
It comes down to 2 things. It always comes down to 2 things when you're growing. It's climate and soil, and both are prime for Asian pear growing here in Virginia. We tend to produce juicy, sweet pears here, depending on the variety. And you know what? I know you always are complaining. Too bad Drew's not here. I'm glad Anna is here, because you always complain, George, you never bring us back food. Well, guess what I got? I got a plate of Asian pears.
Drew's going to be upset when he gets back.
These are 2 different varieties. You've got a sweet and sour, and you've got a sunburst. Okay. One is a little drier than the other. Yep. Go ahead and dig in.
It's our platter.
Okay, it's our platter.
Should we each try one of each?
Yeah, try one of each.
Oh, that's mine.
I'm in trouble picking mine up.
I'm not an attractive eater. That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is delicious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It comes right, the flavor comes through. It's kind of bold, it's juicy. Honestly, my favorite used to be peaches, but I think I might like these.
Oh, I get this. Yeah. So you said this one's the sweet and sour.
Yep, and then sunburst. And you can get them up there at the farm. And they just opened a new tasting room. So up at Virginia Gold Orchards, grab some fruit and hang out, because it's a beautiful place too.
All right,
We're sold.
Sounds good. Yep, we're
Thanks,
there.
George.